Hello, it says I'm live. This is a Frugal Eclectic, otherwise known as Noodle. And I'm getting my live chat and I'm engaging. Okay, I've spelled it right. Okay, and I click, enter. Okay. Okay. Yes, I'm a little late today. My computer decided that it wanted to update. So, let's see, I better go tell them on Twitter. Okay, let's see here. All right, and okay. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, let's just do something. I am now. Okay. Okay. There's that. And go over here to my messages. Okay, there's that. So those people know. Okay. And timer. I'm getting my time. Let's see, I'll do an hour. And let's just do an hour, 40 minutes. And then I'll check to see how my body's doing. Okay, now the title, finally. And I still need to go over to her Etsy shop. Before we do anything else, I'm going to get this out of the way. So, I should say, address. Yeah, I kept the packaging because I want to be able to get the information out of here. Address and stuff like that. Okay, address her address is not necessarily, let's see. It came from Italy, and I wanted to keep the packaging. Yeah, this is her address here. This is actually from, let's see. I think she goes by Roxy's Creation, and she also has a sister, who, Sarah something, and I guess they do I know they do they've been doing like a stitch thing per month, and I did a few of them, but then I just got, I'm done. But this is the little kit that I bought from her, and it came exactly, I have to go back over to her Etsy and let her know that it came in on the time that she said. It took exactly 2 months. It arrived on March 11th. And of course, yeah, these kind of things, I kept like this here. This is Post Priority, Italian, and yeah. So for future collage. And this bee came in. Let me just take it out like below. Anyway, so I've had this, and it's gone walkabout. Periodically, it goes walkabout, walkies. And this is a little note, a little personal note, thank you note, and yeah. Okay, so here goes. No one's in chat, and that's okay. If I'm gonna go solo, I'll go solo. It's no big deal. It's been a while since I've done a literal solo, a live solo. Um, let me get a background here. Some lace. These can go up here. And of course, oh, yummy, yummy. And yeah, all kinds of. This may not be exactly the way she had them. And as I understand it, these are all textiles and scraps and stuff from the stuff that she's, yeah, because she lives in Italy. That's kind of a, you want to think it's brown, but I think it's almost a purple. But it's the, but you don't know, maybe it's more maroon. And that makes you think it's brown. But it looks, yeah, anyway. Yeah, it's like, okay. And just, yeah. Because, yes, I have touched these. And I didn't necessarily get to choose my colors. Because it was kind of in a grab bag thing. She gave you several pictures to look at, but you didn't really get a choice. But even though there's a lot of pink in here, oh, this is just, oh, it's okay. I like pink. I can work it. This could even be kind of a Japanese thing. I could put it in with my Japanese stuff if I wanted to. And oh, yeah, I'm like, oh, we're just gonna pet, just pet for a while. And yes, I do have my fan on. This I love. Oh, I love it. And then we're into the peach. Oh, I wonder. I have interesting thinking. Ew. But, well, I would assume, actually, I have a black, one of my husband's, when my husband doesn't want his shirts anymore, I tend to take them and use them for myself, even though they're a man's shirt. And of course, men's shirts button in a different way than the women's thingy. But he has a logo on it that's no longer valid. And I've used this shirt, but I just have kept the original logo. I could take the seam out here and I have more fabric to work with. But this would be gorgeous against because it's all black. And this, I could cover up the logo and it could be kind of a fake pocket. Ooh, okay, I think I'll keep that out and attach it to the shirt. Yeah. So these are and this is a piece of canvas. I guess she put if I recall correctly, she added this. So this is kind of like the backing. If I wanted to, I could start with a center something here. Where's that purple one? I mean, I could use the canvas. I don't know that I would, um, Yeah, I could start by, hi, Shauna. Okay, so I don't know that I would want to use that. I I tend to, yeah, and we're going to put it back, sort of, kind of. Okay, so there's my little thing I ordered from Roxy's Creation, and she's, of course, out of Italy. And the that stays out. Okay, and let's see. The bag got busted. Here. The bag got busted, but I've managed to keep it. You see, it got busted, but I've managed to keep it mostly intact. All right, so we got that out. My older order from Italy. Okay, and get the little whatchamacallits in here and put the address packet back in now that I've showed you, and that will be off camera. I really don't know what I'm going to do today. I don't know. It looks like it's you and me. Oh, and this I was looking at is quite an interesting thing. Let's see, where is it? Was it this book? Yeah, right here. I find it interesting. Today is the 15th. May. So actually, it's been over a year. I thought this was 6. Yeah, so, but this has been in my house actually for 2 years now. This came on May 16th of 2020. I was thinking came June. But anyway, I have these together because part of what I've been thinking about lately is this was an unexpected gift, an accidental gift. And then this person, I love you too. This person, she sent me something before and she had my address in the, send to address. And when she ordered these two, it came with another book. When she ordered these for herself, she forgot to change the address. And then about, I don't know, they arrived and I'm like, oh wow, because I didn't order them. And then I just, okay, then obviously someone just sent them to me, and yay, cool, that's actually, because I really actually, along with Beryl Taylor, Maggie Gray is one of those that I just, I just like it. So I had no problem accepting them. And then several weeks later, I get this message on Twitter. Did you happen to receive some books? And yes. And then she explained that. So then she had to reorder them for herself. She said, and I said, and she says, just keep them. So I kept them. But they're kind of been sitting out with this one is because even though I don't necessarily have a whole lot of space in my home now, in our future home, I'm going to have space. But I can't just keep waiting to do some of the art. And I know some people don't like to have their own art in their home. They like to give it away or whatever. But for me, I don't mind having my own art in my home. And if it's something like structural things like this, no, structural things that stand up, again, I don't necessarily have a lot of surface for it, but I can potentially, like this, you know, these are like skewers and it stands up. So I have to be kind of careful with dimensional things, but you know, I can, with using this, because this is kind of cool here, but I could keep it 2D and I could apply it to something. And then this, of course, is the collage. And you guys know I love me some collage. And I must have been wanting to use it for collage. This is an old Starbucks, not recommended for use in hot beverages. So I've been thinking about doing future art for my home. Or let's see, art for my future home. That's the better way of saying it. Yeah. So I've been kind of looking at this. That's why I've been kind of having these out. I haven't been at my art table for quite some time. Let's. I'm not quite sure what I want to do. That's the Clem stuff. I still haven't. Oh, this is Shauna fabric, and I have something else. Yeah, I haven't put this up. Yeah, and this is the pile from Crid. Some of it's from, no, this is, yeah, these are the, this is the day that the Lord, yeah, with hope, each of us can live a life with peace, faith, and love. I need to at least get one of these started. Yeah, let me see here. Just while I don't know, my words might not. Oh, I do like this. I do like chartreuse and lime. And I like to mix it with the unexpected. Do I want that one? Because this is the pun. Able to rejoice. And that's like a pun. That's my pun thing. Maybe I'll do that one. And let's see here. Let's see. Do I want... Okay, that's my... Where's my Crid? Where did my Crid stuff go? Come on. Come to mama. Oh. Okay, yep. I didn't put these up when I should have. Yep. So they go down here. I'm still here, guys. That I never finished. It's one of those occasions where I'm going to have to... Hold on, guys. Where I need to start putting my stuff up after I use it. Now, is this the one I want? I have a jacket. It's a Chico. And it's a size 2. And it fits me. But I want to like make it my own. It was gifted to me. And well, I can go get it and I could show you. Let me go get it and I can show you. Okay, I'm back. This is a I love this. And this is a brown, but it kind of there's the sheen to it. And I finally figured out why it feels so nice. Anyway, the sheen is almost like a burgundy, but the copper in it kind of gives that with next to the brown, it kind of gives a burgundy. I, I finally figured out why it kind of is a almost like silk feel to it. This is a Chico's. It's 55 cotton, 40 something poly, and then it's the spandex in here that makes it feel. But the person who gave it to me said, no, it doesn't button because weight, because of my weight. Oh, Odin was okay. Of course, this here, this and this, I like the odd contrast. Okay, but here, what I was looking is doing the sleeves. They fit me. They're, I would say, it's about this much too long, but in the scope of things, it reaches right about here, so it's not overly long. I could get by with wearing it like that. But the person who gave it to me told me that you don't necessarily you can wear it and you don't necessarily have to button it, you know? So that's okay. So a size 2 fits me as long as I'm not going to button it because there's about this much gap, okay? Everything else I can live with. It fits and it's not too tight or anything like that, except that it doesn't button. If I'm gonna go, because it's lined, so I'd have to take the time and take the lining out. But I was thinking here, the way they have it, here's the side seam, so it does actually go all the way up. When I had it on, okay, this must be where what I felt here. There's this back seam as well up the back. So it has a panel. It has the back panel. Okay, so the place you'd have to do the same fabric. So anyway, what I was thinking is taking some of the fabric that I got from you, Shauna, and because like I said, I like to make it my own, and I could add 2 or 3 inches down in here, take apart this side seam, and because it wouldn't have to be this, I could mix and match because I bought several of the reds and wines, but the same size that I add here would have to be added onto the same width in the sleeve. And I may decide because I'm going to double check on the French arm length because I think it's like right about here where the French put their sleeve, and I actually prefer that than when they're super long. But then I've actually seen on some of the things, you see clips on you see clips you see clips on YouTube, and they have these like eyelet where they add eyelet, and of course I like I like the pirate shirts, But because I'm so short, I have to be really careful about, because I the well, I won't. I'm not cutting this up because I want to wear it. So I will be taking, and like I could technically, as you can see here, the seam, this is professionally done, tailored, and they haven't, because of this is a paisley, they don't match. You see that they don't match. So that part I don't have to reconstruct. I don't have to think about, uh, which this would be perfect. So I'm gonna add at the sides, up the side seam and the side seam of the sleeve. I will add 2 or 3 inches to give it my, yeah. So just make it a little bit bigger. And it may or may not, I'm not necessarily after the closure factor. I just want to do something different to it. So I'm just adding width, and it will be a, in red and burgundy, I think. I'll have to take a look at what the different samples the different things I bought, those that I bought from you. Because but anyway, so that's kind of like where my brain, even this, well, I don't know. Actually, this is paisley, but the colors would be, actually, it'd probably end up being very, interestingly enough, I'm not sure if I can explain what my brain sees, my eyeballs see. That this is a paisley, and because it's a tight paisley, and this is a more of a loose paisley, and it actually brings, but see, this actually brings the, you get kind of this, different shade, this darker gold here, and you've got this orange, kind of like a sand color, but a darker sand color. Um, that sandstone, that color that used to be really popular. It's like a sienna. So this mixed with something else, this might actually, even though it has purple in it, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe not. But even something tight like this tight pattern. Yeah. So that's part of what my brain's been thinking. And of course, yeah. So anyway, of course, what if I had brown houndstooth, brown and white, or even brown and cream houndstooth? Oh man, that would be, oh, perfecto mundo. But I don't have that, so that's, and yeah, I haven't put my Clem stuff up. I've got to get that sent off to Judy, her Clem stuff. And I got to get the tutu fish finished. I don't think I want to use any of that. I'm not sure what I want to do. I'm like, okay, let's see. Let's see here. Oh, I think this is from you. Okay, this is a tie, but this could actually be a martingale. This could be a martingale on the back of a jacket. I think that's what they call it, a martingale. The Actually, I like those. I do like martingales, where you do the back here. Here's the back seam, and then you would attach it. Now, see, even this would work, but this is all I have of this. And then you attach it here, and it typically has some kind of a button closure here where you attach it, and then the jacket itself kind of crinkles up a little bit, or the actual martingale, it has like um oh, elastic here, and then you attach it to the back, and it, yeah, anyway. My brain. It just feels so nice, this jacket. All right, so let's see here. What do I want to do? I've got an hour-ish. Let's see if I did. So something that I could do, I could use this as a base. And, do I have stitching available? Well, I do have that one. I'd have to step away. And I think I have needles. I have so many needles and different compartments that my actual sewing that is a mixed up. But I have sewing containers for different projects that I can let me check it out. Let me go get it. Because this was actually, I haven't touched this for quite some time. And I purchased a class. This is an old Dee from my birthday. 2014, a Dee collage from 2014. Now this is a platinum plated quilting needle. And this thing, you can barely see it. Oh my word, this thing is so dinky. And this was a kit for the class. And this was the class, it was with Charlotte. What's her name? And it's part of your follow along one. Where is it? This was the Shauna follow along one thing that still, it's still in progress. But this was one of the things that I did, and these are my own creation. These are my own birds, and that was creating your own images and then transferring them to whatever you wanted, and then creating art with them. And as you can see, here's the birds. I have a date on them, on one of them. And I put this kit together for the class, because you're excited and you create a kit. And some of my all-time favorite leftovers, some of my all-time favorite. I love that color and the lace. And here's the metal heart. And here's like a cross. I think that actually you're the one that sent me this one, this metal cross. And different things. let's see, the bird, yeah, the date on 11/8/19. So the class was in November of 19. And that's the day that's the day I created the birds. So the class itself was in November of 19. But I'm thinking because I wanted to make sure I had all the necessities in here. So I put needles. Oh, even though I'm not necessarily a full-on purple person, I do happen to like the way these are all bunched together. I love the way they're bunched together. But I do use purple. I do use it. I just don't. Yeah, see here. I've got needles here. Okay. I was thinking if for nothing, I could just sit and we wouldn't necessarily have to, just odds and ends. We wouldn't necessarily have to talk much. Here's some trim. Oh. Oh, here's some purple. Maybe we can, this is a vintage stuff from Miss Rosage. All this stuff here. Oh, and oh, I love this gray black. Oh, love it. And here's some beads on this. This is stuff that I want because I like the idea, because I do have my home decor colors, just, mixed in with a few odd things. But the black and this, there's a paisley. But I wonder, let's see. Okay, and see here, like this would work with that. Of course, this here, see, and with that jacket, I'm not quite sure. It would be a very interesting contrast with that jacket, with the earth tone chino jacket. Now, and here's one of those mirror things. But also for the collage for my homes, it wouldn't all be about paper and stuff. It would also be adding bits and pieces like this. So that's why I'm pretty sure I had this. And of course, you know me and my yellow and shades of yellow and ochre and all that. And I had metal pieces in here. I even had weird bright charms. And here's some green. Oh, this is paper, actually. And I don't mind mixing fabric and paper. Some people are really weird that way. But this is actually some of my homemade. I mergulated this piece of green. I mergulated a piece of, there's a bag. I mergulated it and turned it into really cool, like leather. And yeah, it's a little sensitive, but yeah. Yeah, but this is gorgeous. Let's see now. Let's see what, and I did batting. Here's some. I have 2 deliveries at the door today, so if you hear odd noises or this is actually baby white, a thin baby wipe, and I've colorized it. And this is a coffee stain. But and here's napkin, because I tend to, oftentimes, this is how I like to start my backing, and I don't necessarily start out with this. I will start with a baby wipe or a napkin. Um, this is because it's thin. I can start with this, and then later on I can begin to attach it to this, or I can cut this in half in strips or whatever and work that way. So let me that. There's another whole section to this, and see, I even had, this is pieces of, you know, those drink carriers. I even had, because I like the color, I even had drink carrier in here, bits and pieces of drink carrier. Here's pearl, because I don't necessarily, I use these as part of art too. You can actually put, hi Dot. Well, my computer decided to update, and it took basically a half an hour for that. So I had to wait, but I'm here. Hi, Judy. Um, these are not necessarily, I don't necessarily use these as for pinning stuff. Oftentimes I will use them as part of the art itself. You have to be careful, especially if you're around kids, because you can secure them, but they will come out. So if you have animals like a cat or something like that, you have to keep the art that you use these in. You have to keep it like on the wall or away from kids and pets. So you couldn't, obviously you couldn't use that. And I have different, yeah, see, I also use these little itty bitty safety pins because it adds a little bit of glitter, and it keeps certain things apart, or I'm sorry, it keeps certain things together, not only when you're using them. Yeah, I even had washi tape, random washi tape in the kit, because I will mix just about anything. Okay, so let's see. I've got needle, and you know what? I've got the purple. I've got the purple right here at my fingertips. I've got the purple. Oh, look at this. And Shauna, I have misplaced this because I had to repair it. And it's been a while since I've seen maybe it's sitting here. It's been a while since I've seen it. But remember this, Shauna? You sent me the leftovers. So I even added that into here because I love yeah. And this is also something I kept because it had something on it, but I kept it because I like the shape of it for future. I like yeah. So I kept that. And here's some linen. Here's some lace. Ooh, let's see. And this actually on that jacket, this could actually, I could come in, and once I have, say I have this mixed with that jacket that I showed you, Shauna knows what I'm talking about, then you could come in with the color, the actual, one of the colors inside the jacket, and soften it. So that's an option. I've got my needle, and I'm going to go ahead and use the purple, the purple thread. I even have some black. Oh, here's the bigger piece of that charcoal gray and the black beads. And some of this stuff is going to be actually in my art mixed with paper and stuff. And here's some ribbon. I'm not even sure. It's some kind of trim. It's see-through trim. We got some random fuzzy yarn. Black buttons, old vintage black buttons. Oh, and these were gifted to me by Happy Diane. They haven't even been opened. She sent me a whole bunch of them. I love these things. They're the Tim Holtz little hook. I don't know what they call them. They're the hook things. Broken jewelry. Yeah, this is actually an earring, but it's busted. So I don't know, but if you're careful, it's filigree, and you sew. You can actually, using the space, the filigree space, you can actually sew that on. You can sew that onto a piece of art. Okay, so we're gonna, oops, let me put this stuff back. And this is one needle that I have, this platinum needle, I haven't even tried. It's still in its packaging. And I don't even have, do I have a date on it? This thing is so small. Okay, you should use Dritz number 164 fingers friend leather thimble or 166 adjustable plastic thimble. Interesting. The ultimate needle, platinum plated hand needle. But that thing is so, Shauna, you wouldn't, yeah. I think you would be turning your walls blue. If you, yeah, so, yeah, Shauna, that particular needle is not for you. All right, we're going to get me one of these. It's a heart-shaped needle carrier. Let's see. Where does it open? There's the opening. So I'm very careful. What needle do I want? I think I want actually, I think I want this one right here. There's only 2 left. Okay, let's go up to here. And I select. One came out. Yay! Okay, now I put that over on my ink. Oops. And then I bring the opening clear down to the bottom. All right, and there. What is she being naughty about? Oh, yeah. No, let's see. This is the base. Do I want to add? And I do actually use I recycle these. I think I don't need that. Okay, now let's find. I'm going to use purple. Let me close the needle bag. And I need to get it threaded. But first I need to decide. This is going to be the base. And then this is it's one of these. I think I got it at Joann's. When it's a disinfectant baby wipe thing. Why is that there? There. She's always up to no good. Oh, all right. Yeah. Okay. I get you. Now, let me get, no, I better not. Let's just assume I'm going to go with a small amount and we're just going to do some sewing today. I'm just, hey, it's different from the color thing I wanted. Now, oh, this is so gorgeous. Now, this is something that I would want to add into some of my art for my future home. Oh, and this is like, oh. Now, I don't mind pulling these apart. Because it gets rather interesting to see what's in between, how they, all right, let me get these so they're not, okay. And this I want to use in my art, you know, for my home art. And this probably, because it's in the neutral colors that would be using for my home as a, and this would be that kind of thing where I would only add bits and pieces of it for certain things. So this also goes into the home art. Yeah. This, not so much home art. This would be more of, I love the basket. This, oh, you know, this, it has, yeah, it's a harvest because here's pumpkins and upside down baskets. Okay, the baskets are upside down. And here, gourds. So this, because I like fall, now I could actually, this could be something that I would use here. I could actually, okay, and this is, if we do that, then let me get this, and these get, that gets up, pushed up there, and let me, okay. And this, did I look at this one? No. This is another one where it would be part of my home in some way, part of my home, like the collage type thing. This would be more like a fabric collage where I could, this is like abstract. And this could be done, do I want any piece of this? I'm going to be doing this. I wonder, oh, I wonder now if that would be a better way to go than the, hold on, guys. I know I would be wasting fabric on in the one sense. I would be wasting fabric. However, I'm actually thinking that this would give, if I just did this and gave an automatic border, then I just start attaching it to this. And then, okay, now this I can leave that on. Okay, so I think okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to trim basically right along that, this here. Okay, here goes. I'm not using fabric scissors, but these are still sharp enough that they will cut fabric. Okay. Oh, this is not comfortable on my fingers. Okay, now my needle is still there. I can choose a purple. Shauna, I'm using some of the fabric. And there's still plenty left over that I could actually do something for fall, like a cover for fall. And it's bright and festive. Okay, so let me get this out of the way now. This, again, I would be much quicker using purple in the floss than I would purple in this. However, in some of my home things, I do like to mix the warmer purples, and I like to mix orange as offsetting the shades of blue, black, brown, and the clear and opaque white, that type of thing. But I also like to mix magenta and that, so that won't go unused. It's just, yeah, it'll be put in, it will be put in smaller chunks. Okay, so this, okay, we'll use, this is, okay, the fabric won't hurt there. Okay, so now we're gonna at least get started. Now, do I want a grapey tone on? Well, it's still a contrast. And these are edges that are not necessarily cut correct, but I could start here and leave them loose. And that way I could either, okay, I'm going to have to decide. Do I want a full-blown contrast? Do I want this kind of contrast? Or go into the lavender, this kind of a pinky lavender. The pinky lavender is the closest to tone on tone in terms of these three. And let's see. This one is like thumbs up, but I only have a little bit of that left, and it's not a DM. This is Sullivan's. This is, the brand is Sullivan. And I don't necessarily have any more of that. But here's some DMV that's more or less the same. So that would work there. That's probably why I have them together. Okay. Oh, hey guys, remember this? This is that paper. The My Mind's Eye Twistle Grape. The Twistles. Oh, wow. It's so old that the rubber band has crumbled. Oh, wow. Trash. Yeah. Oh, my. Yeah. But remember that? It's purple and it's thread-like. So that's why I put it in here. Because where I had it, I wasn't using it. I was using it, so I thought, I use my floss more often than not. So it's probably would be a good idea to go ahead and put those products like that. Okay, here goes the needle. There it is. And let's see, we have a it's a medium-sized eye. So let me see. Do I want to go complete? Actually, I'll keep those together. I'm almost wanting, I think I want this pinky lavender. Okay, and I go This is the outside width, and I do 2 of those to start with. Oh, ouch, ow, ow, ow. Oh, I'm not even paying attention to you guys in chat. Oh. You can make fish some skinny croc jeans. Judy, what are you drinking? Is that the first time I've ever asked someone that? I know that you guys periodically, what are you drinking? I want some of it. Well, I don't drink anything. I drink water, and I do drink diet. Okay, how many? I have my, we have, this is a 5 strand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, no, it's a 6 strand. Or is it? No, that's a 5 strand. Well, let's go with them. Obviously, we're going to split the difference. All right, so do I have any? I like to use some kind of wax to strengthen my thread, but I don't know if I have any right here on hand. This is one of those containers that I did not supply. I don't think I supplied. And this is going to be, it actually says joy, and then it says rejoice in the Lord always. Philippians 4:4. And this is another, like a pun of my able to rejoice. It's been a lot of, oops, don't, when it comes to, yeah, needle threader, come on, you. Okay, here we go. The thread goes through the, seriously, I'm not changing needles, and you will comply. This is an order. You will comply. Oh, boy, howdy. Okay, don't move. Don't move. Pull you through, and you better, yep, there it is. All right, score. Now let me see if I have any. Oh, do I? Oh, there it is. I oftentimes just have random wax candles just, randomly floating around on my table. All right, we're going in. Now, what? Ah, well, thank you for thinking of me. And this will probably be a running stitch, borrow, and I'm not going to worry about pronunciation. So if anyone, yeah, that, and it just reminds me, I haven't actually heard from him on the, I'm going to start from the back, and I'm going to actually, just eyeball a 1/4 inch and just do a running stitch. Oh, I'm actually doing something. Oh, wow. I'm going to leave that. Oh, it's, ouch. Hello. Okay. Sure, I need poked. Why not? Oh, that was the rubber band. That was a dead rubber band. Dead rubber band. It's okay. Now, do I actually want to add padding to this? Because let's see, it's going to be, eventually it will be attached to something. So do I want to put padding to it? Well, let's see what I have. And my padding could be, I think I want to actually go into this little pile here. And I could use this one, but I have those little black and white pieces. And because this has got black pen and got some black paint and white paint, cream paint, I don't necessarily want to use that because it can go with black like this. You know, I can blend it with black like that. Okay, actually that wouldn't be a bad idea right there. Okay, here, let's go with napkin. Let's go with a napkin. All right, and we're going to put this back in here. All right, now let's see. Okay, this is where I'll put it. And I will go ahead and use one of these pearl things. I know I tend to keep my pen. Did I open this one? Oh, I don't think I opened this one, but I thought I had. Oh, I did not. Well, let me see here. Hold on. I will use a safety pin because I know I've opened these. I will use a safety pin to keep the stuffing where I want it. Needle. There it is. There's the needle. Open up the safety pin. And this is the initial padding that I want. Now, as I get to sewing on it, I may add, I don't know if other people do this, but see, I can already see, I don't know if you can see it, but I already see a raised, it's already raised. Now, I get to sewing, I may decide to, actually, let's just do that. And, well, let's just do this. You think, oh, but you know what? The kind of fabric it is, I want just this one section to be raised. So I'll need another safety pin. And it doesn't have to be perfect because, again, you can actually, what is it? Oh, because I keep moving my mouse. Okay, there. And it doesn't have to be perfectly cut because in terms of, oh, I mean, let's just literally do that. I can just cut this part off. And then when I come to that, when I want to put in some detail, this can actually go up here or it can come down here. But see that? And then when I get to that point of bringing in the detail, this is where that will go. Okay. And so do I want it right there? Because here's where the words are. So then I'd have to come across here. Now I could take the contrast of the, like the not chartreuse, but ochre. I could get the best, or I could do like a shade of gold floss. And here's the edge of that raised piece. And I could just stop there and then go under and then come up here and follow this shape. And then you would see the shape, but yet it would also be raised. And it does this odd abstract. I can bring this clear down here, overlap, and then so then that shape, but the more layers you have underneath, okay. Okay, so here, this is going to get pinned. And I guess I would recommend that you do this now, like I'm doing, and not, because there have been times when I've done it as an afterthought, and I'm like, oh my word, I should not have done that as an afterthought. Now, where's the other piece that I cut? Now, let's see. Some symmetry, I guess. So this piece that I trimmed off would come in up here. And I'm going to attach it, see right there. Okay. So it's sort of kind of opposite. Actually, it's going to overlap. Okay. So there's that. And right now, these are the only 2 layers I'll have. I don't want to get too many. But if you haven't done that before, then I would play with it, because you'd be surprised. You can put the different textures underneath something and then have a unique. And as you get to sewing on it, you can have a unique, the shapes come out and all that. I don't know. You could even use thin paperboard, I should say, because not cardboard, but thin paperboard, and you could have circles or whatever you wanted, whatever shape underneath. But the paperboard, if you do that, it gets harder and harder to work through. Oh. Oh, and oddly enough, of course, you guys have been talking on that one, but oh my word, I deleted a group chat. And I mean, I hadn't realized how many, but it's information that sometimes people forget. So I tend to keep it. But I was going in, deleting some of the things that I didn't particularly need to keep. And right as I was hitting that delete button, I go, 4,000 something text. I'm like, what? I didn't say delete the whole thing, but it deleted the whole thing. Of course, you guys I'm going to have to go back through. And my phone, for some reason, it will just randomly give me everything you guys say 3 times. Every once in a while, it'll do that. So now I've got like, really? I need to hear that 3 times. Yeah. I'm going, oh man. But oh well. That's just, it's okay. And then there's the never-ending, but the emails. Oh man, I've got so many backed emails. But the thing is, the email thing I use now, and I found this out the hard way, is some of my passwords. And I know I've written them down, but it was the easiest just to go in to my email and grab them when I needed them. And the email service that I use, I had emails in there from like 2015, that type of thing. And most of all those are gone, because you get to a certain, I guess you get to a certain amount of emails and they start automatically deleting them. And I'm like, oh, thank you for telling me that. I don't think that was in the fine print. Or if it was in the fine print, my husband didn't tell me that it was in the fine print. So I was like, but I know I've written them down, but that means I'd have to go through all the years of all, because you guys know I keep a daily journal. I've got journals since 2000. Let's see, when did I promise my mom? It was December 2002. Was it when I promised my mom that I would keep a daily journal? And that was primarily because of the food thing. Because my mom, and thankfully, praise the Lord, I've never had this issue, but I promised her, so I still continue to do it. But they finally, after years of testing, they found out that my mom had celiac. And oh man, the testing she went through. And she was misdiagnosed here and there and all of that. And then finally, they finally found it. And then when I had to have I had an emergency flight in December of, I think it was 2002. I had to fly up to meet her, to see her. And that's when she asked me, she says, you promised me you keep track of your food and everything, So I'm like, all right, Mom. So that's what I've done all these years. And I've just gotten in the habit of it. Before I was actually doing, I had like 4 or 5 daily diaries basically for the different areas of my life. And then that just got so heavy after a while. You carry 7 of those things. And I developed putting them all in one thing. And then that has obviously worked the best for me. But I have them, it would just be a matter of me going to, because I keep them pretty. There are some of my daily journals that some of them I don't know why they're not in. They're still around here somewhere, but I may have taken them out for a particular kind of information that I know, because I kind of remember this was most of the passwords I'm no longer have in my email. They were basically 2015. Yeah, because my dad, because it was um so I can just go to those and I can just take the time and go through page by page, because I don't necessarily remember what page I wrote them on. But that takes time. But anyway, I've got 2 of the classes actually quick clicked. Some of the classes I actually have quick clicked, and I had my husband download them, and they're quick clicked. So all I have to do is click on them. And once you're downloaded and they're quick clicked, I don't have to contend with the password. So that's good. And there's the class that I won, the Connie, she no longer does the classes, but it was the Connie Solera, those classes that were really, really big. They were really popular. It was, and I actually won that from Ginny Belly. That was the year that Ginny Belly was in. I think she was in that again. But anyway, and I think I remember that password. And that was one of the passwords emails that I no longer have. And as I'm talking, I noticed that, yeah, it was basically straight here. And then as I'm talking, I'm like, oh, well, all right. But oh, well, that's okay. We got 22 minutes left. That one I think I remember, and I'm not going to say it out loud because it was the spring of 2021. Or it was a spring issue. What is that class? Connie Solera, where she brought in a whole bunch of different people and they had a class. And some of these that particular year, now I don't do tarot cards. I don't believe in that. But there was one of them, and I'm like, well, it's part of the class, and I know technically I don't have to go in, but I went ahead and I watched it, and I'm like, well, how can I use the information and not use tarot cards? But how can, so that was actually something I still haven't quite figured it out. But when you don't, like I said, I don't believe in tarot cards. So, but it's part of the class. And so that's actually a challenge for me. It was okay, well, how would I use that? How can I convert the information and go ahead and use it? And I think I'd have to go back and start all over again, because I think all that is written down, and who knows where that information. I know there was another person. Oh, that's where I first got, what is her name? And now she's into a lot of spurting blood. And I kind of, when she got into splurting blood art, I kind of, let's not go, I still follow her on IG, and I don't know if I know that, what is her name? But I actually took a local magazine and I converted it into, just for her particular way she did art. I still have the magazine around, but she did collage in a different way than most people, and I found it fascinating. What is her name? I want to say her last name is Cole, and I don't know if she took her husband's name or not. I don't know. But I know that or at least she did a year ago, she does, the art snacks. She did a commentary on the art snacks. I don't know if she still does it. That art snack art supply that you like is $25 a month or something. What is her name? Okay, we're coming down to go under. I don't know what her name is, but I forget. Now, I don't think, okay, I will rethread this one before I lay it down, and then I will tie off. So that was the 3-strand. No, the strand. That was the 2-strand that didn't want to go through. So here's the 3-strand. You're going through. You better go through. I'm going to squish you through the eyeball. The eye of the needle. Nope, only 2 went through. Well, I'm determined. The 3 strands will go through. It's really interesting. Okay, don't move and pull through. Yes, a score. The score. Oh. Wax. Yo, wax. Wax. Candle. Come on. Yo. I'll stand up and see an overview of my deck. Seriously? I just used you a few minutes ago and you're visually. Seriously? Oh, come on. There. There it is. Okay, and you know what? There's the other piece. Yep, there's the other piece. So I can put that with that. When I put the needle up. Okay, there's that started for the next. My hands. Oh, and this is an exercise, guys. Oh, I don't need a toolbar. Seriously? Yeah, I like you too. There. Now, you guys, it doesn't really matter, but sometimes it's funny how we sometimes we're really talkative and other times we're not. And I'm not, it's okay for chat not to be talkative. And of course, yeah, of course, there are times when I give you guys a topic and we get, we get in trouble. We can get ourselves in trouble. Sometimes those topics. Now, and just a reminder, I try to keep this a family. It's not, it's not designed for children. And the reason why I'm reminding us of this is because I actually just recently, I have 2 grand nieces that I'm actually following now. They have a YouTube channel and they are, what do they call it? Bilingual? Is that what they call it? Bilingual? And I know they have 2. They have because they're, but I know that at least the mother will be watching at least some of she will tune in on the replays and she might have the kids with her. But just a reminder that I try to keep this as family oriented as possible, even though I do click I click the thing that this is not for children, because I know sometimes we get a little odd in our conversations, and children shouldn't necessarily, like I say, we sometimes get ourselves in trouble, or what I term as trouble. So just a reminder. I could give us a word, but then we'd probably start giggling. I could give, we get ourselves in trouble sometimes with these, even these, we get ourselves in trouble. But then we can learn vocabulary and new ways. Again, of course, like if Safia comes in or even Judy, yeah, we might get in trouble. Of course, I could bug Safia. I get her brain going, and then she's like, oh, man. Okay. That feels like it didn't work. What? Oh, and it's sewn in. Well, let's see. What did I do? Oh, that is hilarious. What did I do that does not feel right? Well, it's there now. It's there for life. Yeah, if I gave you a word, I was thinking that you guys would have to make up a sentence for it, and I'd have to make up a sentence for it. Yeah, and then randomly, like, it's the odd things you think about. I'm assuming you have those, like, wow, what in the world happened that made me think of that? Now, do I want to automatically? I've got the little extra here and the little extra here, and whatever happened there is now forever in there. That little weird blip. Now, no, those little pieces like this, because my brain goes, oh, yeah, these little snippets, these will have to go in the very last. But I'm sitting here. Now, this, because of the orientation, this could go like right there. Once I get that could go right there. Once I get this. Now, let's see. Now, do I want to, this could be where even though it's not my go-to, because this also has purple, it would actually blend. But let's see, how would I do that? Would I want to go multi going this way, so all the colors and the stripes would go down this way? Do I want to do that? And I'd automatically do about an inch. And some of it may or may not get covered. But I need to cut it now. Let me do it. Let me set this aside. Because it's one of those, because it's a bolder. Let me get this paper. Oh, now see, this could be one of those times where some of this paper that I bought, like that, maybe not. But I know this would be okay together in some kind of, because this is dark blue, that cobalt blue like, and the purple, that would. Now, do I want to add any of my Clem stuff? Let me double check. And just in case, okay, wait a minute. This is Bad Girls. This is the Metro. Okay, this is, oops, no. Okay, Metro. I know what it looks like, so it's not here. That's not the Metro. Do I have any of these that I want to use? I'm looking, this is the small Clem. Do I have any of these that I want to add to the, this actually might be kind of cool on here. And I don't necessarily need this one, although I like the word on here is joy. But then I have joy on that one. I have her full body here. So now This is where, okay, I'm going to cut. I'm going for it. I'm cutting it. I'm going in. And I'm just going to leave the border for the other one. I may not use all of this, but this has a purple. Okay, these two borders I'll leave, but these two I cut off. And so the purple, there's a shade of like a pale lavender here. All right, so that's what I'll use there. Put the scissors up. And now, do I want any of these? Any bits and pieces of this? I like this side. That's probably why I kept it. Not for this. Okay, let me get this paper down. These two I keep. And this gets maneuvered here and down. That stays up here. All right, now, I know something fell down on that, but that's okay. Now let's get, I need an inch, and I'm going to go this way so that I can keep all the colors involved. And I'm just going to actually, this is a little more than an inch, but I want to draw. I want to make sure I kind of have a, that I've drawn. Where's the pin? Pin. Seriously? Okay, here's the pen down here. Oh, I've kept this. This is one of my new books. I've showed it to you before. But I kept this over here. But I'm finding that since it's over here in my art space, I don't use it. I don't flip through it as much. So, I'm going to put it in my bedroom. Yeah. These are little reminders, slow to speak, being trustworthy. Yeah, okay, that's why that's there. Not that you really need an explanation, but, you know, hey, it's there, and you got an explanation. All right. Oh, that was actually, well, whatever. I wanted a more or less straight line. I wanted the visual. Oh, see, yeah, it's like, yeah, so it wasn't completely straight. But the line itself that I'm cutting is straight, although it goes at an angle. But that's okay. It's perfectly all right. Ouch. Yep, and remember, you get an occasional ouch from me. Oh, I'm going to assume that you guys are still here. Has anyone dozed off? You know, should I take roll call? Roots, are you still here? Is Shauna doing something else? Shauna's probably busy Oh, Judy could be too. Dot, who knows? It's late enough where Dot lives that she could be asleep. Just saying. She could actually be asleep. All right, now we have, okay, good. Yay, Dot's still awake. And you are definitely in a different time zone, Dot. And I'm not talking about your personality. Okay. I am being nice to you, Dot. I really am. All right, let's see here. You and your copper stick. Oh, come on. I like you. You better behave. Okay, it goes into the trash. Now we are. Do I want you? I like certain things lined up. That wouldn't necessarily be lined up. But if I start with this, that right where the lavender and the cream, and I start with covering it with the stitching, meet with the stitching right there, then let me get, ooh, oh, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, then again, I might not sneeze. Oh, man. All right. We're going to use another sticky pen here. See, these do come in handy. The little assorted safety pins. They do come in handy. Yeah, I need to kind of sort of have this in place and make a decision on this. So I get used to the visual of this, and then my brain can start working on the next segment of how. Now this is how am I going to, and then here, okay, I've just dismissed my timer. And what, maybe 10 minutes? I'm being cheeky, huh? Yeah, you're actually multitasking. Yes, you do. Actually, you do, Dot. You actually multitask. Now, see here, then I could actually do some of, I could, depending, I could actually cut this in half. And I could, now, I could actually mergulate this. And I think, well, if I added water, let me see. I could mergulate, and then I actually have even some of this paper that I created, because it would work. See, this would be actually quite pretty, a contrast and pretty. And you got the same colors in here, and you've got, this would be the, say, like the floral, and the background of this would blend well with that. So I could even use some of this, like down here. And then this also brings in the little piece of clem. So, but these, I think I want to water. Let's see, one of these, this one I think I need to keep straight, because it's a solid color right here. And then on this piece, I could actually like put a button, or I could even do this pop can. I could put the pop can there. I could attach the pop can to that. And this is a heart. It's one that needs to be glued down, but I'm not sure where I have my, I have some of those little things that can actually be, sewn on. There's just, there's a few buttons, small buttons in here. This would have to be glued on. That. I even actually, this is something that you guys, if you don't have the, I call Caboni. I'm not sure if that's the pronunciation of them. Hi there. Okay, let's see. I know your name, but hi. Okay, your name. It's on. I know your name. I know who you are, but there's a couple names floating around. I want to say Letitia. Letitia. Letitia, is that how you pronounce it? I think it's Letitia. But these here, the little hairband, the little hair, the fabricy, you can actually use those as cabonis. You know, those, you can like tuck them in and then sew around them, and you could create. In fact, I actually might do that. I could create, you could stitch around them, and they come in all kinds of colors. You could actually stitch around them. Well, how about if I just slap you one, Judy? Yeah, I could just slap you one. This is the one I want to mergulate with water because the colors, and I think something was just delivered. Water. Where's my water? Up here. I'm going to mergulate this one. I'm going to start just slap you one. Yeah, just slap you one. And Judy knows I'm teasing her. I am quite lovable. Really, I am. Okay, I've spritzed that with water. And I could even, yeah, this is the one. I still haven't cleaned the bottle. I may never actually get the bottle clean. But I could actually put lavender, emphasize the lavender, although Mergulate. Actually, I think my brother came up with that years ago. Mergulate is like, well, you might understand the other, but it has a cuss word. If you, um, it's in one of my favorite movies. I haven't seen in a while, but um, um Stallone and what's his name? Uh, they use it. They use it. Mergulate is like when you mess something up really bad. Mer- Mergulate. Yeah. When you really, what is his name? Um, oh, what is his name? It's actually it's obviously an adult movie, but it's one of my favorites. Um, it's an older movie. The name of that is Tango and Cash, and it's Stallone and oh my word. But anyway, they use another one, but that one actually when you it's they call it an acronym, right? You put letters together, and those letters actually are words, but they only put the first letter of the words. Yeah, so I can't. Okay, I'm going to actually go ahead and I'm just going to put lavender. It's still a little bit wet. and I'm going to emphasize the wrinkles. So I've mergulated, and I've probably put too much lilac on here, but, ooh, that kind of dulled it down. No, I don't think I want to put lipstick on there. Ah! Okay, this is the one that Happy Diane. Let me put, this is the one that she sent me, tea dye. Let's put some tea dye on here. Or should I use mine? Because my original tea dye is the one that I freaked you guys out. Oh, here's one. Oh, that's the one I wanted. Oh, shh, don't tell anybody. Oh, hey, I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. But my original tea dye pad, I freaked people out by doing weird things to it, and they were just totally freaked. I think Dottie was here, and Judy was here probably that day that I did that years ago. Actually, let's put some fossilized amber. That will offset it will kind of work with the background here, and it will also work with the ochre kind of there. But I mergulated that. I actually and it never molded. They were all freaked out because they kept saying, "Oh, it's gonna mold and everything." And guys, it never has. I just might be one of those people who, you know, I never had it mergulate. I mergulated my original tea dye. Okay, so yeah, now the tea dye actually toned down the lilac. Okay, and that can be, and just continue to crunch it. Yeah, I can't. Yeah. I want to say the word, but I can't. The acronym, or whatever that is, an acronym. There, we got it out. I think I got it out. Now we're going to go back, and well, let's say, I don't know. We should probably put it on because I get to talking, and I'm like, okay, no, let's just put 10 minutes, or let's put 11 minutes on. And then we can start saying, we have 11 minutes that we can, I'll type it in. I won't say it, but I can type it in, the anacronym. But anyway, and then I guess if you really don't know what it is, you can go look it up. What does, yeah, I don't want to say it out loud because remember, I don't use that particular word. It's highly offensive. And if that, okay, here goes. Oh, I better cursor. Okay, I've clicked into chat. Now, actually, wait a minute. Because if I say it out, if I type, I can say it and you'll understand. But if I type it in, let me see. Judy, I'm going to ask you ahead of time. You say nothing. You absolutely say nothing, okay? Because here goes. I'm going to hyphenate it like you would actually hear it, like you're actually hearing it. And you should probably, yeah. But say nothing. I'm telling you, Judy. Okay. And I'm going to do it lowercase. So it's as unobtrusive. Is that the word? Incognito as possible. I'm not going to highlight it with caps. So here goes. Okay, where's my n yeah, this is the grown-up word. This is the this is the grown-up of Murgulate. Murgulate. This is the yeah, and for people who use cuss words. Oh, I should probably enter. There. Now say nothing, okay? Absolutely say nothing. And I had to ask my husband what that meant because in certain in in certain things, you would actually have to watch the movie. That's all I'm saying. What is the actress name? I know I could literally tell you who he goes with for all these years, and you would know who it is. But I was like, seriously, I should know who he is. I shouldn't have to use a description of his other half. And it's like, seriously, I don't have to use the name of the other half of his other half. I'm seriously, this is like, I could tell you other things he's been in, and you would probably know. Well, not necessarily, because some of you might not be into Christmas like I am. Oh, come on. Seriously? It's not him. He was a childhood actor. I'll get it. Come on. Should I just say it? Unbelievable. Okay, I'll just say it. He goes with Goldie Hawn. And I'm like, seriously. Yeah. Yeah. He played alongside Stallone. Yeah, see? And I'm sitting here. It's like on the tip of my tongue. More recently, he's been in those the Christmas Chronicles. Both of them. And yeah. And the surprise guest was Goldie Hawn. Yeah. 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 They did a really good job on them. Yes, that's it. Thank you, Jamie Idge. Kurt Russell. Yeah. But if you really want to know what that word means, it's an older movie. It's called Tango and Cash, and it is an adult movie, but it's one of the ones that, I would actually, if I could find like a DVD of it, or even now, if they had it in the stem things, whatever you call it, the things you poke in to your computer, I wouldn't mind having a copy of it. Yeah. But that's where I first heard that word I typed in. And then I had to ask of course, and I'm like, oh, when I heard one of the actors, one of the actresses, what's that mean? And then we got a full description of what it means. And I'm like, whoa, okay. That Dot, thank you for that. That's the cleaned up version, okay? And that's all I'm gonna say. But thank you for putting that in, Dot. That's the cleaned up version. Seriously, that's the cleaned up version. Oh, oh, yeah. Just saying. Uh-huh. And then of course, all of a sudden, one of my one of my favorite movies is the original Swiss Family Robinson. I haven't seen that in a long time. And I think they actually Kurt Russell and Stallone. I always his name when I'm in my mind I'm saying it correctly, but Stallone's first name sometimes is a tongue twister. Uh-huh. You go no further, Jamie Edge. I'm telling you, you go no further. Yes. We're keeping it clean. I'm verbally keeping it clean. But, even though I don't use cuss words, I'm not just to say I'm not perfect, okay? I'm not perfect, but um occasionally I get irritated enough, mad enough that that control is not there. But for the most part, I keep myself I'm very careful. But um it's yeah, it, I'm just big it's weird things that you learn being around other people. And I don't want okay, that's just going to end up being couched like that. Yeah, because I started as a couch, so it's going to end up being a couch. And I'm talking about a stitch, not a couch. And I could technically get rid of that. And I can bring that over here. Okay. Hey, but you keep a lid on your tongue, Jamie Edge. Uh-huh. You and Judy. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I know you guys. One moment, please.
You got packages.
Yep.
One there, one there for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too. That was my neighbor telling me I had packages, which of course I already knew, but that's okay. And the 11-minute timer has gone off. And that's almost dry. And this one, also with the crinkles, I could just leave Like, see, this one is the mountain and valleys. So then I would just sew in the valleys and literally leave the peaks unsewn except for the edges. Like right here, I'd maybe sew here, but then I'd keep this, and that would give that visual 3D, but not so much. And I think I'd want it over here because tone this down. So there's the start of that. Now let me see. Because I've started using these, let me put, I actually thought, I mean, do I want to use this one or this one with this? This was, I did this the same day, but this one has a little more in it because I ended up putting this, when I had this part done, the bottom part of the paper made, I then put it on my jelly plate and created another layer. Ouch! There's the, ooh, there's the needle. Woo! Howdy, mama. Woo! I almost think I want this one. So let's put, the idea here is I'm putting all of the, here's the thread I used. The idea, where did I put the, where did I put it? Oh, there. And I may use this. So these are, even though they're two different brands, they're pretty, this is a little lighter, but they're close enough that I could use them together. And I don't know that I would need any more of that purple, but I might actually use some of this in here. Maybe, maybe not, because I sometimes, and this I might actually decide to use as a backing for the piece of art. So I'll go ahead and keep that together. And see, anything else? Do I want to use the grape? These might get used. The different, the idea here is oh, I moved my, what now? Okay, yeah, that's my husband telling me. Okay. That he has that delivery option, so he gets notified when deliveries are made. Okay, so now the other thing, or did I already have this? I think I already had this. Oh no, this I believe was Gila. Gila made this, and I kept it. I actually want to play with this because this just reminds me to remember Gila, and I keep it out here. If I have this attached, because it's a oh, seriously, it's one of these paper clip, like, hello. But then I would art on this or cover it with, oh, wow. I could use some of my Shauna. Oh, wow. Very interesting. I could use some of my Shauna paper, wallpaper. You would think I'd be able to put it on. Let's just put it on double. Hold on. Now, I don't know. It kind of depends on how. I'm thinking I would probably, if I add to this, Seriously, come on. There we go. If I were to add to this in width, or I would, because one of my favorite and easier things to do is literally to use what they call the log cabin in quilting. And that's one of my favorite designs. And like I say, it's quite simple, especially when you're using a mix of fabric and paper. It's more forgiving. Oh, that part sticks. Oh, well, not much I can do about it now. So let's see. This is going to go in here. It's still a little bit wet, but not so wet that I can't use it. This will go in here because I know I will try to use that. And this is too big for that, but if I keep it together. All right, so that the needle is, oh, let me finish. Let me do this and get the needle in a better position than that. And I'll just, there we go. So let me, where is that, this? I want to get that fabric into the bag as well. Because well, let's see, they say something, where's that book? And she said that, where is it? Oh, right in front of me. There's a chapter in here about, movement and simplification. Here, the rule of thirds and odds. Yeah, I could, just as a refresher, I could come back to this. I'll use this as my big, as a refresher, because I'm looking at this as a collage. So that would be smart for me to, I can use this as and actually do the steps like she has it here, the step outs, and actually do, here's the rule of thirds, and then actually the rule of odds, and do the step outs and practice with that. And then I can actually do it on paper. But because I started using this fabric here, it may be the only time I use it, but I need to make sure that I have the fabric handy, so I know I can just reach right in and boom, I have it. So I'm sitting here going, what did I do with it? I thought it was right here. Huh. Oh, that's what fell to the floor. Hold on. Going in here. Oh, interesting. Oh, well. Hey, life happens. One of my all-time favorite pieces of paper. Designs and color combination. Just, oh, I like you. All right, so let's see. I don't know where it went. But okay, so there we have it. Okay, guys. Now, I just still think that's so funny. I should go back and actually write that down. Both APG Jamie Edges and then also Dot. Oh. Oh. Now, now I have to figure out what I'm going to do for food, my lunch. Oh, I'm actually quite hungry. All right, guys. Oh, here it is. Good. I don't have to. Oh, no. And this also, with the purple like this will remind me of my mom. If I'm using it, it will definitely put me in mind of my mom. So I don't know that I want to use this. On the one hand, it would actually, oddly enough, it would actually go with this as well, even though it's a smaller. And this is technically, I wouldn't consider this a paisley, but yet it's got this more or less the same colors. And this is definitely a very tight paisley, but it could also be considered a floral. But I'm more inclined to call it a tight paisley. But the fact, this I think would actually, like if I were to do it in like the log cabin way, with the, you do a strip here and then you measure the new length, and then whatever width you want, and then you measure the new length and then you attach that, and then you go the next segment and then the next segment. So this could, you know what? I'm going to put it in there. Actually put it in to this because it is something that might, and once it's cut, sometimes you don't see it when it's just, but sometimes when it's cut into those strips, you see it much better. You see it much better. All right, guys. So, and thank you for stopping by, guys. Yep, and like Dot. Oh, oh, Safia. I guess. Okay, we can actually thingy too. We can actually. Well, I'll give you 5 minutes, roughly. Let's say until 15 after the hour. In whatever time zone, we're going to stay for a little bit just for Safia, and of course, I call her thingy too. Hey, Safia, we're here until 15 after. So hush up. Don't be a snot. And we, of course, if hopefully Dot's left because, oh, and I told the mother of I told her about Dot grossed us out when I happened to use the word snot. And it's like, after, yeah, you have to be very careful using the word snot in front of Dot anymore. She grossed us out. I mean, even if you have kids and you deal with snot all your life because of your kids, I mean, Dot really, at least she grossed me out when she started talking. Oh, yeah, I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to go there. I'm not going to go there. Oh, but I will say, and this is, I mean, the things you find and the things that come across your feed on YouTube. I'm like, there's an ad, some car ad that tells you, and I'm not giving you any ideas. And kids, if you run across this video, even though this is not technically a child, even though I try to keep it family friendly, and this is not for children. Oh my word. If you happen to hear this, please, I don't know, maybe ask your parents about it. But there's this car ad that actually is telling you, and I don't know this because I haven't, maybe Dot can investigate and then tell us about it, maybe gross us out further. But this car ad
is actually saying, and guys, you might, because I'm not actually talking about it, you actually might get it across your YouTube feed and maybe your whatever other places you go. But it is actually telling you that snot's actually good for you. And then they go into the car ad. And I'm like, oh no. All the years that your parents have said, don't pick your nose. And it's and how many kids have eaten their snot? I'm like, oh no, really? They actually put that in a car ad. Thank God. Oh, Dot would have a field day with that one. See? So, Dot, now you know. There is a commercial out there, a car commercial telling us that snot's actually good for you. You can do your research, Dot. We do we actually want a full report? I don't know. But anyway. Oh, I tell you. Oh, I'm like, wow. Was that person who thought of that, were they actually drunk? Were they not sleeping correctly or what, you know? Oh, but yeah, I mean, what is that the high note of our whole day together? I'm like, ah, ah. I'll just pass out from giggling, okay? Okay, okay. Just uh, okay. Judy. Okay. But but Safia, I don't think you misread that. I think that's actually what she wrote. And then, to gross us out even further, I just got this image with what Judy said. Oh, I don't even I don't think I wanna say it. Bible quotes. Dot. The Bible quote is still here. The Bible quote is still here. Philippians 4:4. And who knows? Snot may be joyful for some people, Dot. You just don't know. Oh my word. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna gross myself out. I just like, okay, I think I've been around my husband too long. His humor, let's just say his family humor. Oh, by the way, Safia, you brought up a good point. Oh, they're locked in. Hold on. They're locked in. And remember, these need new batteries. So they might sound funny, but hey, while we're at it, we're a little over our time, but hey, we got to go through all this, right? Okay, so remember, they need new batteries, so they might sound odd. Okay, that's one. We know that this has 5 original sounding brain farts. Okay, that one was wow. I think okay, now here's the whoopee cushion. Okay. Okay. That one really sounded off. That was the cheeky one? Which one? Okay. Okay, the yellow one? Okay. Bass. I seem to recall that was more high pitched. And this is low key today. This one, let's see. That one was a scared one. That was like, "Eh." Okay. Now, Dot, now that you're probably wiping the tears off your face from laughing, are you awake now or are you put to sleep? Because I know in your time zone that it's bedtime. Oh, my word. Oh, who knew that? Well, actually, I don't know. Who knew that giggling might tire you out? Of course, Judy's already sleepy. Okay. Oh, really? No, I thought it was later than that. Your neck of the woods. Now, Safia is in this more or less in the same area. I'm assuming she's in the same time zone. Okay. Can we go now? Okay, so yeah, UK is all one time zone. Okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. Wow, you have a long ways to go. Well, enjoy your evening, Dot. Okay, guys. Well, I'm glad we stayed a while for Safia. She got a little bit of a giggle. And I guess we're out of here. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'll put the whoopee cushion and the brain fart away. Oh, ah! You're not supposed to talk in the drawer. You're supposed to remain mute in the drawer. Okay. Now, now that we're done giggling, should I say, when you go to sleep, pleasant dreams? It would be interesting to see if you get that car ad now. Now that I've talked about it. If you get that car ad, I'm just, that would be kind of an interesting thing if you actually did it. Because it is a well-known fact that what you talk about in chat and what you talk about in your streams does eventually show up on your dashboard wherever you go, wherever you are. It will show up there. Yeah. Yep. Well, I guess we're out of here. Yeah. Okay, now. Yes, the interweb is listening. You all, oh brother. Then I was gonna go sort of southern on you and go you all. And then I was just gonna the grammar or whatever was gonna go out the window completely. But anyway. All right, we're out of here. We're done. I'm gone. I'm not even gonna type love you. I'll just say it out loud. Love you. See you next time. I'm not typing it in chat. Bye. Gone.